Welcome back to News 2 at 11. I'm here with the board members of a Mount Juliet nonprofit that have some really special events planned for this spring, and we can all help out with those events. We have Amy Breedlove, Chris Houston, both members of Mount Juliet for Hope. Amazing work that's been done since 2015 to give back and help other Mount Juliet community members who, are in need of some support. Just tell me a little bit about your organization, how it came to be, and who you support.
So we started in 2015 with a basketball game. There was a young lady, actually two people we went to school with, and we thought we're just going to do a small fundraiser, have a basketball game. And we had people that we all graduated with played. We had cheerleaders that cheered when we were in high school. And we started out we thought it'd be 50 people, and 250 people showed up. So fast forward to the next year, somebody else there was a big need, and so we began we got a 501c3 and we became official in 2016.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And since then you've raised about $1.5 million to help people with, an array of needs. What are some of those ways that you've given back to your fellow Mount Juliet community members?
Well, in 2020, I don't know if you remember, the tornadoes hit, and so there was not a nonprofit set in place, and so the city came to us, and that's really, we were already going and having events and doing golf tournaments, and the city said, hey, can you take funds? People need to help our community. We probably had close to 200 families that were affected. And the tornado hit on Tuesday, and by Thursday we had received funds and we're giving them out to families, and so that's really what helped us grow and kind of catapulted us into being known.
Yeah, and now you have another golf tournament coming up, the 5th annual. It's happening on April 25th. So tell me about that event, how people can get involved, and why they should come out and play a round of golf or two.
Go ahead.
So you can, we'll have an AM and a PM group that'll go out. We'll have food. You can register on mjforhope.org. We're probably 3/4 full, so that's why Chris has come with us. Chris Houston's Meat Market has always donated food for our events, and so that's why everything we take in, we don't have a lot of expenses, so what comes in goes right back out in the community because of people like Chris. He's on the board. He helped to start, and he really does a lot to help the community.
And speaking of those founding board members, another event that's in the pipeline for this spring in May, on May 17th, you have a fishing tournament. I know this is very close to your heart. Tell me a bit about this.
It's the 3rd annual fishing tournament. It just became obvious there was a need. We had a friend of ours that we grew up with who was in an accident a couple years ago, was big in the fishing community. So we partnered with some people there in Mount Juliet that already were doing fishing tournaments to get that going, along with the help of a friend of ours named David Elrod, who passed away back in January. He's always been involved in MJ for Hope. He was never on the board, but he was practically a board member. He was always there to help whenever we needed him. When he passed, we decided to rename the tournament in his honor. So it's moving forward. That's the way it'll be, and he would be tickled to know that has been named after him.
Oh, so. I'm sure. Well, thank you for sharing that, and I know people will come out in full force. Mount Juliet community is very strong in that way, and we'll have all this information, on our website as well, WKRN.com. Their website is mjforhope.org for all of those details about how you can get registered, how you can donate to help the causes that they support. Thanks again for joining us, and Marcus, we'll send it over to you.